Hello everyone, in today's episode I'm going to talk about an iconic plant called Poinsettia. Poinsettia belongs to the Euphorbiacea family, and they are indigenous to Mexico and Central America. I call these iconic plants because year after year these plants are used for decorating homes, hospitals, hotel lobbies, restaurants, you name it. These plants has a wow factor. They have a vibrant colors, ranges from red to white to yellow, orange to pink, and you name it. There's a question, what should we do with these plants after the Christmas holiday season? Are we going to throw away or you're going to save them? To maintain this plant, make sure that you water them and let it dry between waterings, because these plants, they don't like to be soaking wet. I have three different varieties that I purchased for the Christmas holidays, and I didn't throw them away. Normally, some people they throw them away because they don't know what to do. They're wondering because some of the leaves are yellowing, something like that, and it's becoming crappy. For me, rescue these plants, or if you want to maintain them, the first thing that I recommend to you is make this as a topiary. A second one is you could rebloom again by next year. But if you want to rebloom again by next year, you have to follow certain processes in order for them to rebloom again. Plants requires a 65 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit temperature for them to grow. I have a former classmate in high school, and I've been talking to him about these plants, and he mentioned to me that when he was still working in a hospital, because he's an RN, and every year they were provided a free poinsettias in their nursing station. He's involved in watering or taking care of the plants. He sent me the picture, and they survived. That's one thing that I would like to recommend to you. You can make it like a topiary. The plant will just always green all the time. These red colors are not flowers. They are modified leaves called bracts. That in order for the bracts having the red color again, what you have to do is to follow the process where you have to limit the light requirements of this plant. I have here a variegated one, and now it's getting crappy. As a matter of fact, it's losing its leaves. But I like this one because it has a variegated leaf, and I'm not going to throw this away. And with this other one, a Love You Pink variety, and it has tiny bracts, pink colors on it. And this one on the center is the red one. Okay, the first one over here, I'll show you what to do with this one. I can make this as a topiary. When working with these poinsettias, this causes an allergic reaction or dermatitis. It has a sap that will exude from the branches or the leaves. What you have to do is to use gloves to protect your skin from irritations. And for this particular one, what I would like to recommend to you, if you want to make this as a topiary, I would like to just have like a tree form. Cut the other branches, leave one lateral branch to form a tree form. Keep on growing tall and whatever height you want, and then that's the time when you cut. If you want it to be 12 inches in length, then cut on the top to induce more branching out. If you want to have a tree form, you could do that. If you want to do the reblooming process, make sure that these plants requires a 12 to 14 hours of darkness. Make sure that these plants be pruned by around August in order to prepare for the blooming process by around Christmas time. Normally is to cut around 4 to 6 inches depending what height you want to maintain this plant. So I'll cut from here above the node, 45 degrees angle, cut like that. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, so that's how you cut it. And with all these stems or branches that you cut, as a matter of fact, you could use them as a new plant cuttings. Dip in a hormone, a root tone, and then stick into a good soil to propagate these plants. Now I'm going to show you darkening process, the more darkness and or shorter lights. Get a box, cover the plant. So after you prune them by around August, keep on watering after you prune them, put them fertilizer. And then by the time around maybe September 21st, that's the time when you do the 13 to 14 hours of darkness, and then maybe around 10 hours with light. When you give them light, what I recommend to you is to have some grow lights above it, direct light. 10 hours, I recommend to just have a fluorescent light above this one to have that direct light requirements. Have at least 13 to 14 hours of darkness, all right? And make sure it's in the cooler temperature around 60 degrees Fahrenheit. So just put a box like this. Then by Thanksgiving Day, that's the time when you stop the longer nights and the shorter light, which is the 10 hours. Make sure it's not more than 10 hours of light. That way, by that time, or during Christmas season, that's the time when this plant has new growth, and also the leaves will change into, if you have a red variety, have that red color if you follow that process. Another thing that I would like to recommend to you is when you prune this plant, make sure that change the soil and get an organic soil with good draining soil on it, like it has a perlite on it. Use that for replanting this plant. And I hope that you learned something and that you like this episode. I hope that you will be successful. Please let me know. And if you find this informative, please subscribe below and also provide comments and share. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.